wonder why some people seem to have a magic formula for success? They accomplish their goals, enjoy their time, and still seem to have energy to spare. What is their secret? What if I told you that the key to unlocking a life of efficiency, productivity, and fulfillment is not locked away in some hidden vault, but right within your reach? We have all faced the frustrations of inefficiency, the weight of unproductivity, and the feeling of being stuck in the same place. But it is time to break free. In this video, we are diving into the world of personal effectiveness. We will unlock the secrets of those who have mastered the art of doing more with less, and how you can too. From proven strategies to life-changing habits, get ready to transform your everyday into a journey of success and satisfaction. Welcome to our channel, The Visionary School, where your journey to mastering personal effectiveness, efficiency, and productivity begins. Let us embark on this transformation together. Number 1. Cultivate a growth mindset. Now, Carol S. Drake noted that we have to embrace challenges, persist in the face of setbacks, learn from criticism, and find lessons and inspiration in the success of others. Studies show that students who believe intelligence can be developed outperform those who believe intelligence is fixed. In other words, they have what we call a growth mindset. For instance, when struggling with a new skill at work, such as a software tool, instead of giving up, I would like to encourage you to invest more time in tutorials and practice regularly, viewing each challenge as a chance for growth. Secondly, develop keystone habits. And this is drawn from the wisdom of Charles Duhigg. Now, Charles says, identify and cultivate keystone habits that can trigger widespread positive changes in your life. Keystone habits have been researched for many years, and these are identified as regular exercise. They have all been found to trigger widespread changes in behavior, leading to healthier eating, increased productivity, and better budgeting. Now, start by incorporating a 15-minute morning jog. This small habit can lead to better healthy choices throughout the day, like choosing a salad over fast food for lunch. Next, practice incremental improvement. This is drawn from the Atomic Habits by James Clear. Focus on making small, continuous improvements every day, which will compound over time. As we have heard, the most popular method used in Japan, and that is the Kaizen method, emphasizing small, continuous improvements. This has been used successfully in Japan, in most Japanese businesses and personal development. Now, what is Kaizen method? This is a philosophy and approach that originated in Japan, focusing on continuous improvement in all aspects of life. The word Kaizen itself is a combination of two Japanese words, Kai, which means change, and Zen, which means good, essentially meaning change for better or continuous improvement. Here are some insights from Kaizen method. Number one, small incremental changes. Unlike methods that advocate for radical or large-scale changes, Kaizen emphasizes small, manageable improvements. The idea is that small, consistent changes can lead to significant improvements over time. Number two is employee involvement. In a business context, Kaizen involves all employees from the CEO to the shop floor workers. Everyone is encouraged to suggest ways to improve processes, reduce waste, and enhance efficiency and quality. This inclusion helps foster a sense of ownership and motivation among employees. Third is continuous process. Kaizen is not viewed as a one-time event, but rather as a continuous, ongoing process. It is a daily activity with a long-term commitment and seeks to improve efficiency and eliminate waste in systems, processes, and the use of resources. Fourth is improving productivity and efficiency. The primary objective of Kaizen is to improve productivity, efficiency, quality, and in general, continuous improvement in the workplace. This could involve finding ways to streamline processes, reduce waste, or improve the working environment. Fifth one is problem-solving approach. Kaizen encourages a problem-solving mindset where employees at all levels are encouraged to look at their work critically and suggest ways to make it more efficient. This often involves regular meetings and discussions where employees can present their ideas. Next is standardization. After improvements are identified and implemented, the new, more efficient ways of working become the new standard or norm. This standard is then continuously improved upon, creating a cycle of ongoing improvement. Next is personal application. While Kaizen is often associated with manufacturing and business, it can also be applied to personal development. It encourages continuous learning, self-discipline, and gradual improvement in personal habits and routines. Eighth, culture of improvement. Ultimately, Kaizen aims to create a culture of continuous improvement where change for the better is a natural and ongoing process. This requires a shift in mindset where all stakeholders understand and value the importance of small incremental changes. In final analysis, the Kaizen method is about making continuous improvements in all aspects of an organization or personal life, focusing on small incremental changes rather than large-scale transformations. This approach can lead to significant improvements over time and fosters an inclusive, collaborative, and proactive work environment. I'll give you an example. If you are overwhelmed by a cluttered home, start by organizing just one drawer. Gradually tackle more areas, leading to an overall tied-up space. Getting back to how you can be effective, efficient, and productive, let's look at the next one of the most important principles that you can actualize to achieve the three, and that is prioritize deep work. Now, Cal Newport suggested that deep focused work sessions lead to significantly higher productivity levels. The advice is to allocate dedicated time for uninterrupted focused work to increase productivity and quality of output. For example, allocate 2 hours in the morning for deep work, during which you turn off your phone and email notifications to concentrate on a significant project. Next is the exercise self-control. This was suggested from a book written by a famous author called Kelly McGonigal. And the author stated that you need to understand the science of self-control and apply strategies to boost your willpower. From the good research and reliable one, the famous Stanford Marshmallow experiment demonstrated the long-term benefits of self-control in children. For example, to improve financial discipline, set up automatic savings. Every time you receive a paycheck, a portion goes directly into savings before you can spend anything. Next is embrace grit and resilience. This from the book written by Angela Duckworth. You are encouraged to cultivate passion and perseverance for long-term goals, overcoming obstacles and challenges. From reliable research, Angela Duckworth's studies found grit to be a stronger predictor of success than IQ in various settings, from education to military training. For example, if you are learning to play a musical instrument, practice daily. Even when it is frustrating, do it, just do it. Focus on incremental progress and long-term goals rather than immediate perfection. Next, implement effective habits. This is drawn from the book The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Be productive. Begin with the end in mind. Put first things first. Think win-win. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Synergize and sharpen the soul. Now, from the study that Covey came up with, he suggests that begin with the end in mind. These have been widely adopted in business and personal development for goal achievement. For example, when starting a fitness goal, clearly visualize your end goal. Plan your training schedule backwards from that end point. Next is adopt essentialism. Focus on what truly matters and eliminate the non-essential. Spend your time and resources on what will have the greatest impact. From the research and from the philosophy of an Italian scholar, Pareto, this supports what we call essentialism, suggesting that most results come from a few critical efforts. The Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule, is a concept in economics and management that states that roughly 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. This principle was named after the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto, who in 1906 notes that 80% of Italy's land was owned by 20% of the population. He further observed this ratio in various other areas of economics and life. The principle has since been applied to a wide range of fields, including business, science, and personal productivity. Now let's dive into the key insights of this principle. Number one, the unequal distribution of inputs and outputs. The principle suggests that there is often an imbalance between inputs and outputs, causes and results, effort and reward. In many cases, a minority of causes, and that is 20%, leads to a majority of the results, which is 80%. Business applications of the principle. In business, it is often observed that 80% of the company's profits come from 20% of its customers, or 80% of the sales come from the 20% of products. This concept helps businesses to focus their efforts and resources on the most productive areas. Next is time management and productivity. The principle can be applied to personal productivity. For instance, 20% of the activities or tasks you do might contribute to 80% of your results. This suggests that focusing on these key areas or activities can greatly enhance productivity. Now let's look at the application of Pareto principle in decision making and priority setting. Understanding the principle can aid in making more effective decisions by focusing on the most impactful elements. Prioritizing tasks that yield the most significant results can lead to better efficiency and effectiveness. It is important to note that the 80-20 rule or ratio is an observation, not a law. The principle is a guideline for identifying the most efficient use of effort rather than a strict rule. Next is quality control. In quality control and problem solving, the principle can help identify the most common sources of defects or issues, focusing efforts on resolving these key problems. Let's look at the practical examples of the Pareto principle. Personal productivity. If you do have a to-do list, you might find that completing just a couple of the items, that is the 20%, such as an important project report and a crucial meeting, might provide more value, which is 80%, than all the other tasks combined. When it comes to business strategy, a company might find that a small number of products or services, that is 20%, are responsible for the majority, which is 80% of their profits. This realization could lead the company to focus more resources on those products or services. When it comes to health and fitness, in fitness, 20% of exercises and habits might contribute to 80% of health benefits. Focusing on these key exercises can lead to more significant health improvements. In the final analysis, the Pareto principle is a useful tool for identifying the most efficient areas to focus your efforts, whether in business, personal life, or various other domains. It teaches the value of identifying and concentrating on the few critical tasks or factors that contribute the most to the desired outcome. Digging deeper, exercise self-discipline in all areas. This is drawn from the book No Excuses, written by Brian Tracy. Develop the habit of self-discipline in personal life, work, and relationships. Brian's work emphasizes the importance of self-discipline in achieving success in all life areas. For example, set a rule to not check social media during work hours, enhancing productivity. Similarly, allocate specific times for exercise and family, ensuring a balanced life. The next principle is understand what motivates you. This is drawn from the book named Drive by Daniel H. Pink. Daniel says that you have to identify your intrinsic motivators. In other words, what turns you on from within. And that could be autonomy, mastery, and purpose. And align your goals and tasks with them. Research has it that Daniel Pink highlights the importance of intrinsic motivation. That is autonomy, mastery, and purpose in driving long-term success. For example, if you value autonomy or independence, negotiate for flexible work hours, or take on projects where you have more creative control. Next, which is number 11, is set clear goals and visualize success. Always define your objectives clearly and visualize achieving them to maintain focus and motivation. Visualization techniques are often used by athletes to improve performance. They imagine not only the success but also the steps taken to achieve it. If you are aiming to get promoted, visualize the steps to get there. Completing specific projects, networking, and developing skills, and then actively through these steps. Lastly, practice regular reflection and adaptation. Regularly reflect on your progress, learn from your experiences, and be willing to adapt your strategies and goals as need arises. From the research, reflective practices are linked to higher learning and improvement in professional and personal settings. For example, keep a weekly journal where you reflect on your accomplishments, challenges, and learnings. Use these insights to adopt and adapt your strategies for the coming week. These principles are drawn from a wide range of expert insights, and they provide a comprehensive approach to personal development, focusing on mindset, habits, resilience, focus, and intrinsic motivation. Applying these principles consistently can lead to increased effectiveness, efficiency, and productivity in various aspects of life. I want to thank you very much. If you found this video insightful and helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with friends.